What's up, guys? On this video today, we're going to go over exactly from how many leads, how many appointments we completed to get to our 23 contracts last month that we did in July. So guys, hey, welcome back again to another video. For you guys that do not know who I am, my name is Gino Palumbo, real estate investor here in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to wholesale this year our company between $4 to $5 million. I know that's a big gap, but just depending on what this quarter three holds for us, is going to determine that. So hopefully probably around 4.5 million in wholesaling fees, no flipping, no buy and holds, a part of that 4.5 million. Now I do have 23 buy and hold rentals. From Airbnbs to cabins at Airbnbs to 17 unit, all that good stuff. But who gives a crap about that, right? What are we here to learn? We're here to go over last month how we did 23 contracts, and we're going to break down how many net leads we got. We'll explain what a net lead is, how many appointments from those net leads, how many actual appointments that we complete, and how many contracts that we get. So I'm going to show you guys exactly that in this video below. I'm going to go ahead. Let's jump to my computer. All right, guys. So here we go. All right. Let's go into this video. Let me fix that. Let's get into this video. So ignore all these three columns, 1, 2, and 3. This is from this month. This is from new leads this week. This is from new leads. Sorry, this is this week. That's last. So ignore these. We're looking at this column here. I just didn't want to make a whole new another dashboard for Salesforce, right? You're looking at our CRM here, and I just felt this would be just as good. So let's look over here, right? Break it down. How many new leads did we get last month? We got 1,200, right? But you see a mostly SMS, 800 SMS, 865 TV inbound, 44 need to sell my house fast, another 48 forms, right? So total roughly around 100 plus TV leads. Then we got 246 cold calls, and again at 800 SMS. Now we don't really keep track of new leads as much, right? Now we do obviously monitor it somewhat, but what we really look at is this number right here. This column here, or this section here, is net leads. Now, what is a net lead? Like, what? I never heard of net lead before. Well, we could classify net lead someone that we got a hold of in our CRM that said they want to sell their property and they're willing to sell their property. Now, we don't care if they want to sell it for 100K over market. We don't care if they're not motivated, just as long as they want to sell it. So pretty much what it is it's these leads obviously flow down into here, and it's people that maybe we didn't get a hold of, right? Because the people SMS, our texters will send in text or leads, into our system, but then we might never get a hold of them. And so we don't classify that a net lead. Like, how many people did we actually talk to, right? Our cold caller might send a lead in, but we never can get that seller back on the phone. Well, that's not a net lead, right? Or we might call an SMS lead that was just faking out saying they want to sell. When we call them up, they say, screw you, F you, and all that stuff. Well, they don't want to sell their property, right? So then in that instance, that would not be a net lead. So again, out of the 1,200 new leads, we had 945 net leads. Now, out of those net leads, right, people that we actually got a hold of in our system that said they wanted to sell their property after they got pushed in from their marketing source, we set 118 appointments, right? So a very good number. I believe that's around 12.5%. So 945 or 118 divided by 9, I think it's about 12.5%, right? So 945 net leads were made and 118 appointments were set. Now we can look at how many they were set from. You can see 61 SMS, cold call was 14, easy sell, which is our forms for our TV, is 14, inbound was 18. So that's a lot, right? 32 total appointments were set just from TV, even though there were a small portion of our net leads. Because we can go here, our net leads, we had total TV of 85 net leads, not even a tenth of our total net leads, and they were a part of roughly 14 plus, I know I'm doing math on this. We're here 22 out of our 100, so almost about 20%. They're only 10% of our net lead. So that shows you like a TV, net lead is worth a lot more than a SMS, right? So anyway, 118. So out of 180 appointments, how many did we complete out of the 118? We completed about 101, which I believe is around like 84, 85%. So very good. We want to complete over 80% of our appointments, right? Because you might say, Gino, why don't you complete 100? Well, we all know this. If you guys are doing a lot of appointments a week, one, we do everything virtual, right? So we go everything virtual. it's very easy for a seller not to pick that phone up during that time. And that's why we've instituted live transfers for a lot of them. So that way that there's no way we can miss them on hanging up with them and scheduling later. Try to live transfer, but we can always miss the call. We always can, freaking never even get them back on the phone, right? Not only could they miss a call and like they're looking for it, but we can never get them on the phone. I mean, you can just, that's it right there. Like it's hard to get a person back on the phone. And so if we can do it at least, 80% of the time, we're happy with that. But it was about 85. So good job last month for our team. And out of those 101, appointments completed, we locked up 23 contracts, right? 23 contracts, very good. Now this month, you guys can see here, we're already starting out slow. Had a rough week last week. We're changing our mindset. This week, we're already doing pretty good. We have 12 appointments. We're about 1 for 6 on closing. Not as good as being about 1 for 4. We're going to be good. We'll fix it though. Start out slow, we'll be good. But again, focusing on last month, 23 contracts at 101. You can break that down. We had 11 SMS, 2 cold call, 2 TV forms, and then 5 inbound TVs. And then 3 need to sell my house fast. So 23 total, right? We did this with 4 AMs. 4 AMs, one that just started in June, so just training up, and then 3 others. And we did these appointments set, I think, for about 5 lead managers. So they did roughly about 20, 25 per month, right? And out of 5 lead managers. So again, we had very good team. We're stacking up. We're becoming now. We're not looking to scale tremendously in terms of the amount of people on our team. Now we're looking at just getting even a little bit better. Now this was a perfect month, but if we can get a little bit better and keep it going consistently, keep these numbers really, I mean, these are great numbers for us personally, those conversions. So we know that now, like we're sitting pretty. If we can do that 2 months in a row, now it's looking again to spend more money on marketing because we've proven we got the team in place. But again, I just want to break that down to you, show you guys exactly what it looks like. I hope it gave you guys some value on what we're tracking and what we do. One more thing before I leave you, the most valuable thing here, I almost forgot, is what do we usually look at conversion wise? So, I mean, we usually try to do at least, I believe it's like 80% here as well, 70 to 80% new leads to net leads. Then we also want to be from net leads to appointment set, about 12.5%, literally what we hit last month. It's perfect for us, 12.5%. So how many, if we did 100 net leads, we want to set 12.5 appointments if that was possible. And then appointments completed, which I already went over, appointments set to appointments completed, we want to be at 80%. So if we set 100 appointments, we want to complete at least 80 of them. And then more importantly, most important thing is we want to close about 20% of our deals. I think this one came out to be about, 101, divided by 23, it's literally 23%, but we're good at 20%. So if I did 100 appointments completed, I would want 20 contracts. We're good with that. So if you guys can get those numbers, keep those as your foundation. And again, it depends what lead sources you have. It has all this stuff has to go into play, right? Because we got a lot of SMS leads that aren't as quality as TV, and you might be just doing mail and everything changes. But those are some of those numbers that we use, those benchmarks right now. So I hope we can, you can use some of ours, use it as some benchmarks. And you got questions, leave them down below. Any concerns, leave them down below. And please like and subscribe, share this video. It would be greatly appreciated.